Hello, this is Thomas Applegate with CPU Points. I've spent quite a bit of time sitting around and working on figuring out. I've spent quite a bit of time working on figuring out what type of videos to create, how to build the image for CPU Points, and provide the best possible experience for my viewers. I started with some Windows XP tips. I moved to Windows 7, Windows 10, some Windows 8, Windows 10. I have created tips for some applications like Microsoft-based applications like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. Um, I have spent a lot of time working on figuring out what type of content to create for CPU points. I am at a complete loss at what to create. I have very few ideas and I have a lot of ideas, and then I think, hey, there's people out there that created the content already, so what am I bringing to the table? Well, what I'm bringing to the table is my personality, my experience, my knowledge, my impatience, and my patience. Uh, it's a mixture of items. I am still at how shall I say, at a struggle at working on figuring out for content. So I have more or less been making videos based on what people ask me for help with. Uh, and that's what I think that I'm creating videos for, is for people that say, hey, listen, I need help with this. What do I do? Well, instead of telling them what to do over the phone, I go ahead and create a video for them, and then I share it on CPU points, and I make it available to the world. So what I plan on doing is I plan on creating more videos and more how-tos and more consistent videos, I should say. With that in mind, I've invested some funds into better equipment. As you can tell right now, I'm using a headset and a microphone that I bought off of Wish, just so I had some kind of microphone that kind of worked, that was within my budget. So starting next week, I hope, as long as everything goes as planned, I'll have some items coming in, such as, oops, nope, not that one, such as my gaming machine that I already have is my Dell XPS 9100. Granted, it's an older machine, but it still plays the games that I enjoy. It's going to receive some upgrades in the next couple of months, and I plan on showing you what I'm doing to upgrade this machine, and and for you to see what it's like to open up a desktop and experience what it's like. I don't anticipate creating the video then editing the video out. I plan on actually giving you the video raw, um, and and I think that's one thing about my videos have been, some of them have been raw and scripted but raw. However, they were mostly done in single takes. Like this video here, I have it thought I'm probably going to make some edits to it. Um, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to go about doing this. I mean, I've made a lot of mistakes in this video. I like to give it to you raw. However, there were multiple takes and multiple stops and starts and things I had to stop to think about. Hey, what am I thinking about? What am I doing? What's going through my mind to be able to explain better to my viewers on what's going on in my mind. Um, so first thing is my 10-year-old desktop. It's going to get upgraded. Um, yes, like, oh, this computer expert, he bought a Dell. Yeah, yeah, I did buy a Dell. And my next computer, I plan on buying another Dell. Um, and the reason is I like the warranty. I like the idea of having a warranty in place for 4 or 5 years and not have to worry about the computer. And if something happens to it, it's in somebody else's hands. It's not my problem. Yeah, an IT person says, "Hey, yeah, it's somebody else's problem. Let them handle it. Let them fix my computer." They're going to come to my house 24 hours later. And they're going to pop the part in and they're going to leave. Um, and I like that. I like that feeling of, hey, my computer's only down for 24 hours. And instead of saying, hey, my computer's going to be down for X number of weeks waiting for a warranty part to come in. I've had that experience with several custom builds, and I'm not thrilled of waiting for warranty parts to come in because money's tied up in other ventures and in other areas. So for me personally, I like buying a computer with a warranty and knowing that if any of my components fail, hey, they can be swapped out. Did I put some components in here when I first bought this computer? Yes, I did. Okay, I bought this computer with 8 gigabytes of RAM. I didn't add, I replaced the 8 gigabytes that it came with, and I put 24 gigabytes of RAM into this machine. Am I happy with that decision? Of course I am. I trust Crucial Memory. I mean, I've been dealing with them for years. For almost 2 decades, I've been utilizing Crucial Memory. People say, "Oh, well, I like Corsair and I like Kingston, and I like this brand, I like that brand." Well, they can like whatever brand they like. The reason I like Crucial is because it's an OEM brand mostly. It's owned by Micron. Micron supplies a a good number of OEM companies with their memory. Have I ever had any issues with Crucial? No, I haven't. In every computer I put Crucial memory into works and lasts for years. And that's what I look for. I look for computer components that last for a while, that last for a long time, and I have experience in not having issues. Which is why I liked my Dell. I even had a company once that I was an official Dell reseller because I stand behind the Dell brand because the customer service isn't the greatest in the world, but their warranty is second to none. They'll ship out a part. They'll have a guy at my house within 24 hours and swapping out the component in my computer when it was under warranty. So there's no complaints there. So that's my desktop. My next computer. I said my next computer. Slideshow. Maybe I'm doing something wrong here. Maybe I'm not getting this. Slideshow hotkeys. Slideshow. Full webcam. Might and Magic. Gaming scene. What about slideshow? Oh, here we are. Next slide. There we go. And perfect. And this segues into my upcoming streaming machine. This machine used to belong to my customer. They since upgraded their computer and they said, "Hey, Tom, would you like to have my old computer?" And I said, "I have plans for it. Sure, why not?" I started streaming on Twitch some vintage games that I like to play and I enjoy playing, and I found that my desktop isn't powerful enough to play the game and stream at the same time. I'm losing packets, so instead, I'm going to not packets, frames. I'm dropping frames. So I'm going to turn this computer into my dedicated streaming machine. I went as far as ordered some components for this computer too, which we're going to go into detail for. But that's going to be my streaming rig. This is really cool. This is what my camera's going to hook up to. Right now, my webcam is attached to my monitor. Well, it's not attached. I have it connected to my monitor, but if I wanted to do anything on my desk and show you what I'm doing when I'm building computers, whatever, it's not going to happen. There's no way to mount this camera. So this is the first part, a ball swivel. The top part shows where the excuse me, it shows where the camera is going to get screwed into. It swivels in a 360-degree area, so I can really position the camera I need to position it to, and then it also screws into what I'm hoping is going to be the next display, and it is. Okay, it's going to screw into this bad boy. Okay, and this is an arm. Yes, it looks like a microphone arm, but instead I take off the microphone piece and I put that 360-degree swivel on there, and then my camera will be attached to this bad boy. And what does that do for me? Well, it positions the camera where I need to be positioned, and then you can see what I'm doing when I'm working on the computer and I'm making upgrades, I'm making changes. It's all right there on this. It's all right there on the arm. I also ordered this for sound. Yes, it's a Behringer. I hope I'm pronouncing the word right. These companies and their names, I have no idea. But anyway, it's a Behringer, and it's a mixing board, and I'm going to be putting my microphone into here. I'll have a second microphone set up, and have a second microphone in here. I also plan on porting in a couple other audio sources, plugging them all into this mix board, and then it goes in and it'll go into the streaming machine, and from the streaming machine it'll be mixed into either OBS or into mix, and then it goes out over the air. And yes, it's another scissor arm, but this scissor arm is different. This scissor arm comes with a I forget what it's called now. It comes with a pop filter. Excuse me. It comes with a pop filter, a microphone, and and a special mount for the microphone to prevent the microphone from picking up the vibrations from when someone taps into the wall or walks on the floor, or I tap on the desk or I type on the keyboard and it creates a vibration that the mic picks up. Well, this mount right here prevents the vibration from getting picked up in the microphone. So that's what I'm going to be using for my microphone. So instead of having this headset and this mic piece here, I'll have that set up. And the display for my streaming rig. That's right, another display. Joy! I have no idea where I'm going to put it, but another display. So I'll have the third display set up for the streaming rig. And when I'm not streaming and I'm working or whatever, I can pop a movie on that computer or whatever. And oops, let me go back there and talk about that a little bit. I was surprised at the price point. Granted, it's only 19.5 inches. But it was like $85, 1080p, and it's a ViewSonic. ViewSonic for a long time has been a trusted brand for displays. They're good quality. They make good quality displays. They're a solid company. But then again, as I said, I've had no issues with ViewSonic components. I've had these Dell monitors for 10 years. But before the Dell monitors, I bought specifically ViewSonics, and I loved them. So I'm glad to be going back to a ViewSonic brand monitor. This is the video capture card for the 8100 XPS that I'm picking up tomorrow. But this card will be coming in again next week, and this is the card that I'll be connecting. It's actually going to go from my video card on my desktop to the streaming desktop, then go out to the monitor. So there might be a little bit of a delay. I'm not expecting much of a delay, but I'm expecting a slight delay on my response time between what I do and what I see on the one display. This is going to be my primary display going through this thing. So it's going to be interesting to see how all that works. So even when I'm not streaming, I still got to keep this computer on per se. Maybe not. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And then we're back to my desktop. Now that's not everything I plan on doing though. I also plan on making some additional purchases in the coming month, such as this mount for my displays. So I have the three displays set up, and then I have the fourth monitor, the fourth display just sitting there in case if I want to go with the dual display unit for the streaming machine, or if I want to add a third display to my desktop. Even though I really don't want to, because that's just going to take the performance off of what I'm already receiving on diminishing returns on performance on this machine as it is. So I'm kind of on the fence there, but that's one item I'm looking at picking up the next couple of weeks. This is a mount that basically will allow me to hook my dumb monitors up to that up to this mount. So this is a mounting bracket for my monitors to mount to that mount, because my monitors don't rely on a VESA mount. So that's that little bit of change is going to happen. And then I'm going to put, this thing says 2 terabyte. I'm not putting 2 terabyte drives in my streaming machine and in my desktop. I'm going to use 1 terabyte a 1 terabyte drive. I'm going to use two of them. I'm going to set up what is called a RAID 0, also called striped. Basically, I'm going to take the two hard drives and run them as a single hard drive. This will expedite performance, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm not really worried so much about data integrity, because all my data gets backed up to the cloud, and all my data is stored on the cloud, and all my data is stored on a local RAID 5 array storage solution. The RAID 5 array is I use mechanical drives, and I have no intention of leaving mechanical drives for my RAID array. But for my desktop, and for the streaming machine, I want maximum performance for both of them. I really don't want the bottlenecks to be the hard drives where they generally are. So I am going with two 1 terabyte drives, and I'm striping them. I'm hoping to see some kind of a performance boost between on those two machines. And this is the bracket that converts a 3-inch drive bay into a 3.5-inch drive bay to down to a 2.5-inch drive bay. And this will allow me to hook up two SSDs to a single into a single 3.5-inch bay. So I'm kind of excited. Not kind of excited. I'm real excited about what's coming and what we're doing to improve the video for the viewers, and also for what I'm going to do, because when I make these upgrades and I make these changes, I'll be right there on the front line showing you what I'm doing. And any mistakes I make, you're going to see the mistakes. Even though I have 20 years experience in this field, doesn't mean I don't make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes. Some mistakes can be costly. Some mistakes, sometimes, even though with experience, it's like, oh shit. Look what I did now. It's one of those. It's one of those things that happens. You can't be too careful. Mistakes still, accidents still happen. So it's just a matter of reducing the risk. And that's the best I can do. Am I excited about this? Absolutely. Am I looking forward to it? Oh, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. Do I anticipate any kind of issues? Well, we're talking about upgrading 10-year-old equipment, so who the heck knows what kind of issues I'm gonna experience, and what kind of bridges I'm gonna cross. I'm kind of excited. Granted, I'm using older equipment, but you know what? I use what I got. 10 years ago, I spent a lot of money on my computer. And this computer did pay for itself. But I'm praying I can make it push it just a little bit more for the next year or two, and then I'll upgrade it. Or not upgrade it, but replace it. But I will be putting in a beefier processor in here. I plan on putting a beefier power supply, and on top of it a beefier power supply, beefier video card, and a beefier processor. Between those three upgrades, I should be able to get a couple more years out of this machine. Is it time for a new machine? Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, technically, yes, it is. Is it costing me a lot of money to upgrade it? I mean, think about it. The SSD cards, the SSD drives, I can take them out. I can put them on a new computer. The new video card, I can take that out, put that in a new computer. The upgraded power supply, yeah, I can take that out and put that in a new computer. The processor, no. The processor is going to be a wash. But I'm getting the processor at a really good price because of the fact the processor's older. It's known good. It has a 15-day warranty, which I expect, and I can purchase some kind of a 1 year or 2 year extension plan or something. I like to see how that works. But if it's available, I'll take it and pay the extra $5 for it. What the hell? Especially on something that can potentially be a real headache. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting build. But we're talking about next few weeks. This week we were focusing on upgrading the audio. We're focusing on getting the webcam on a scissor arm. We're focusing on getting a better microphone. We're focusing on getting the streaming working properly. Getting my desktop upgraded. It's a nice honey-do, but we're going to get it done. And I think you're going to enjoy watching me upgrade my computer and get it up to snuff per se. I mean, it's not going to run as fast as like a brand new computer would, but it's gonna meet my needs for a couple of extra years. Maybe not. We'll see how popular the channels get. I appreciate you all viewing my channel. I appreciate you all liking the videos and subscribing. And I look forward to getting these computers upgraded and having you see what it's like to upgrade older computers and and seeing how far an already beefed up machine. I mean, here's the thing: 10 years ago, this machine was not a what's what I'm looking for was not a cheap machine. This was almost high end. There was only one other processor, or one other processor level above it, and that was the Extreme Edition, and the Extreme Edition was like almost $1,000. I was going to I wasn't going to spend an extra $1,000 for a processor at the time. I figured, hey, the i7 is perfect. The i7 Extreme Edition, hey, I like it, but it's a wish list item. I did put money into RAM. I maxed the RAM out. I was at the time I had a company. I was an authorized crucial reseller. I received a good discount on the RAM. I bought that RAM and I put all maxed the RAM out in this machine. To me, being able to utilize 24 gigabytes of RAM at the time was massive. Not many people had 24 gigabytes. Most people were getting away with 4 gigabytes of RAM to 8 gigabytes. And I had to put the 24 gig in there. It excited me. As far as the hard drives were concerned, the machine came with a 5400 RPM hard drive. No, two 5400 RPMs running at with 500 gigabytes. Is that what I did? A RAID 0 with 25400 RPM, or was it a RAID 0? I don't remember, because as soon as the computer came in, I replaced the hard drives and put 2 1 terabytes in here, and and I was a very happy camper with the two 1 terabyte, with the two 1 terabyte drives. So I had the two 1 terabyte drive. I upgraded with the two 1 terabyte drives, put the memory in, because it was actually cheaper to buy the drives and the memory separately than having to wait on Dell to put their or pay Dell to put the to put the components in. I saved, I think, like $200 or $300 by by building the computer the way I built it. So yeah, the hard drives were under Western Digital warranty. Western Digital warranty is basically you prepay for your drive return, and you'll have a drive within a couple of days. You pop the you pop the new drive in, take the old drive out, and ship it back. Um, I had in stock. I kept hard drives in stock as well. So basically, if 7200 RPM, 1 terabyte drive was easy for me because that's all I sold was 7200 RPM, 1 terabyte black drives. When my customers came to me and said, "Hey, listen," when they came to me with a broken computer, and the hard drive was bad, I tell them, "Listen, you need a hard drive." I would recommend a Western Digital black 1 terabyte, X amount. Well, can I get it cheaper? Yeah, you can get it cheaper. Difference is this is a 5-year warranty. The cheaper drive is only going to have the cheaper drive is only going to give you a 2, maybe 3-year warranty. The green drive is going to, is going to be even less. You're not going to get the performance out of it. Your computer's going to run faster with the 7200 RPM hard drive than it's going to run on 5400 RPM hard drive. Your hard drive is going to last longer if you get the black versus the green or the blue. So what would you rather have? Would you rather spend less money now and call me back and, when the warranty's up in 2 years and say, "Hey, listen, Tom, I need to replace my hard drive again," or would you rather spend the extra $15 and get the better drive? So I did keep hard drives in stock for my customers because hard drives went bad on a regular basis. So I had no problems. If something happened, just pulling a hard drive out of stock, throwing it in my computer, and just and then when the refurb not refurb, but when the replacement hard drive came in, I hold on to that. So if one of those other drives went down on my computer, I had that extra drive in the hand, and I can just rotate that out. So ultimately, I would have had three drives in rotation, but hey, 3 drives in rotation, the cost of another hard drive. I mean, at the time, the 1 terabyte drives were running as much as that 1 terabyte 3D or that 1 terabyte SSD I'm getting. It's like $115, $114 for 1 terabyte drive. I wasn't sweating the small stuff. So that's where I was going with that drive. It wasn't like, hey, we're going to, I'm going to go ahead and, pay Dell an extra $100 to give me something that I can get for $100 myself. I mean, it was just cheaper for me to upgrade the computer when I bought it. Bottom line. I also plan on documenting my endeavors through this through this landmine of online streaming. I think it's going to be educational, not just for me but for everybody else. Some things I will tell you, I'm embarrassed on my house because my house is kind of small. So I'm not going to give you any kind of videos of my house, which is why I didn't show you my green screen setup and my lights setup. I'll probably go outside and show that to you at one point. But yeah, I didn't show my face on video for a long time because I didn't have the room to set up the green screen and get this situated configured properly. I will tell you that I have 2 huge lights to my left and to my right, blaring in my face, and the green screen is literally 6 inches behind my back. And this is and this is interesting. Here, I'll show you the green screen. Actually, I'll turn I'll turn the filter off on my. Here you go. You see, there's the green screen. It's pretty cool, isn't it? It's like, wow. Yeah, I have a green screen behind me. Um, and it works out pretty good too. I just took it out of the bag. I've had it for a couple of years. As I said, I didn't have room for it. It's massive. It is huge. This green screen I folded in half and folded in half again to make it fit in my space, and the stand that the green screen that this green screen attaches to expands out, I think, almost 10 to 15 feet. It is a huge um, stand. But I was able to take two lengths, put it together, and I was able to create an 8-foot length out of it. So I'm able to make an 8-foot length. I folded the green screen up a couple of times, and I hung it behind me. And then I took these two huge lamps and shining it right. Here's my hands, and the lamps are like right here. Yeah, it's a it has been an adventure setting this stuff up today. I'll tell you what, it was an adventure. But but it's worth it. So we'll turn the green screen back on, and again, you see that it's pretty much black, except where you see this little arm right here. But for the most part, I mean, it works out pretty good. I'm not going to cry about being able to see that little arm at the moment, because again, I'm in a small space. But I did choose black for a reason. But I think it's it's a pretty good fit. So I'm green screening. I'm not using software to hide the background. I'm actually using a green screen to hide the background. And it's doing a good job. I learned not to wear fluorescent yellow, or safety yellow. Safety yellow. In the green screen, it looks like I'm a ghost. So here, I'll show you the photo. Actually, I'll throw the photo up. No big deal. I'll show you the photo of that instance. Where is the what did I do with it? There it is, right there. I'll be more than happy to share that photo. Wow, yeah, that photo was that photo was something else. I'll tell you what, that was funny, actually. I found that hilarious. I really did. So let's go ahead and pull this up. And there's the photo. You see? I look like a ghost. Oh shit! Now, that ghost right there, oh man, I'm still cracking up. Okay, so if you oh my god, I'm dying. Oh shit. Okay. Oh man, this is great. Oh, this is great. Oh. So it looks like I'm a damn ghost, and not only am I a ghost, but the damn chair bit disappeared too. It looks like whatever kind of a ghost I am, I made the chair go away as well, because you can see my chair, right behind my shoulder, and then where the green screen is, or the shirt is, and the green, and the green screen filter. Oh my gosh! And the green screen filter. Picked up my shirt. It basically got rid of Oh man, you got rid of the chair too. Almost makes me think of my passport photo. What they did for my passport was, I'm not going to show my passport photo because it has my identifying information. But basically, it was a floating head. I wore a white shirt, and they put me behind. They put me against the wall, which was a white wall. So it was basically a white shirt with a white wall. And when they took the photo, my head was floating in the air. It was the funniest, craziest picture I've ever seen on a document. And my passport photo is just a floating head. Very much how that's a floating head. Oh man, it's great. Oh well, all right. Excuse me. With that said, I'm gonna cut off for the night. I'm not gonna edit this. I'm yeah, I'm not gonna edit it. I'm just gonna upload it raw. And to hell with karma. All right. Have a good one. I'll talk to y'all later. Hey, don't forget to click on like and subscribe. Thank you for visiting CPU Points.